Eleftheria Voskaridou από το Blackbook Agency. Eleftheria Voskaridou, Blackbook Agency from Cyprus and Greece-based. And before I pronounce our guest for this discussion, I would like to thank Ioanna so much for connecting these amazing people together in a unique location and a great and a special organization of this event. Thank you so much. So I would like to invite Mr. Ali Fouladi from iLand to the stage. So our discussion today will be focused on the vision to investment, the next chapter for Athens Riviera development, and who would be the best to talk about this from iLand. Mr. Ali, who you have been doing development for this area the past few years, so I would really like to introduce you to the audience, of course, and you can do your opening remark about iLand company.
Great, thank you. Before we start, I would like to appreciate also Yana Sambroku for the organization of this wonderful event and all the organizational team.
Great. So iLand is having years of professional experience and continuous activity across Europe and also Athens in business development, investment, and construction. So we would like to make this discussion a bit more insightful and interesting for everyone. So I would really like to ask you about the construction sector here in Greece. And we all understand that there are like challenges in everyday life of a developer here, and the recent changes also affecting negatively and positively as well for the regulatory hurdles. So how do you see this impacting developers today?
As a matter of fact, I personally like challenges because challenges makes us grow and improve. But as any business, the first thing that you need, the most key element that you require is stability, and especially stability in the regulations. For example, last December, suddenly by the Supreme Court of Greece, the construction bonuses were dropped, eliminated completely. This was a shock to all the developers because many developers like us had plots of lands with building permit already issued that was affected by this. They lost a lot of square meters. Since then, we've been waiting for the government to announce the up-to-date regulations and instructions. They say a lot of things. Some say that it's going to be based on cubic meters, volume of the building. Whatever it is, the important thing is to have something. Have some stable regulations that we can stick to and base on activities on that. And I believe it should be dealt as a matter of urgency because it's not just the development and construction companies. A lot of professions are dependent on the construction sectors and a lot of people's lives depend on it. So if this pause is going to continue more, it's going to affect lives of many people.
Totally, and we like challenges, but we also like stability, as you said, and I will stay on that because I'm sure it's a hot topic for everyone in this room. Another hot topic, I think, is also about Athens and the need to refurbish historic buildings and create some modern artistic architecture, and also I'm sure a government could give again some incentives or impact again on this aspect. How do you think that the government as such could encourage that?
Of course. In Athens, we have many beautiful old buildings that must be preserved and refurbished. In the meantime, there are some old buildings that are not very nice. I specifically would like to refer to many buildings that were built in the decades of 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. For many reasons that are outside of the topic of our discussions, during these decades, the target of constructors have been mainly to create a roof over people's head, not paying attention to the details, aesthetics, and artistic architecture. I cannot relate it to the economical situation because many other European countries at the same periods have had severe economical challenges, like Italy, Spain, Portugal, etc. But in the same period, they were creating nice architectural houses. They were taking care of their homes. People love their homes, give them names. I think whatever we do would be passed on to the next generation. It is our legacy. It is our responsibility to create something nice that when future generations look back at us, can look back with pride and glory. I believe this is an area that we have to focus, and this is an area that requires general understanding by the people, cooperation by the people, and some incentives by the government, because not all of these projects would be economically profitable. The government can give some incentives to the developers and investors by other forms of, let's say, gain. For example, giving them governmental plots and lands to create recreational and touristic resorts, etc., to have their profit somewhere else and take care of these projects at the same time.
I think there are many cases, many study cases around Europe, I would say at least at Europe, where the private sector had a very good partnership or projects together with the incentives of government, where we have seen substantial progress. And I think this is, there are some study cases to stand on and make the difference on what you're trying to describe.
Absolutely.
And since the private sector is here and ready to support, I think it's a matter of the right ears to hear to these suggestions. And staying to the government role, we have to say a bit more on that. I need to ask you on which kind of framework or kind of support would you like to see so they can keep encouraging sustainable and high quality development, because it's also very important, not the quality and the sustainability in all aspects.
Yes. We as businessmen and entrepreneurs tend to look at everything from the economical aspect. Governments, on the other hand, sometimes they have to take difficult political decisions. The ideal scenario would be to mix these political decisions to the greatest extent with economical and progressive values. I think it is our job, first of all, not to be passive and to come up with creative solutions and to give advice to the government, to help the government to take decisions that are both economically well accepted and as well as politically well received. The first thing that comes to my mind is stability, putting profitable laws into action and stabilizing the regulations and the situation. The second is creating incentives in cooperation and in discussion and contact with the relative sectors. And what comes to my mind in our own sector is to improving the infrastructures and recruiting enough foreign skilled workers in the sector of constructions, because currently in Greece we have a lot of potentials, we have a lot of projects going on, but we are in shortage of skilled manpower in the sector of construction. This is something that government has to think about, to bring some skilled workers into this country.
And I think this is the reason this forum is about, to get these opinions out, to get these initiatives from the private sector out and the developers, so we can change things. And why not to get deeply involved to this change? I think it's the only way if we get these opinions out. And of course, yourself and the company iLand have been investing in Athens Riviera for a long time now, and I have to say it's a hotspot already for global investors, and there is a potential we can all see. But I'd like to hear from your insights from coming from the company and the impact you have from your own clients and your own environment and infrastructure, where do you see this going as growth potential?
I'm so much fond of Athens Riviera. We started our real estate development and construction activities in Athens Riviera more than 11 years ago. We started our activities during the recession where not many people would dare stepping into this section. I believe Athens Riviera is absolutely the most promising area in all Europe for future growth and investment, with a lot of large-scale, mid-size, and small-size projects that are going on, the biggest of which is Eleftheria. Everything is proceeding so fast, and in the years to come, we are going to see a completely different Athens Riviera. I've said it before also, but mark my words, there would come a day, and not very far in future, hopefully very soon, that Athens Riviera would be in the same level as French Riviera and even higher. I think this area is the future of European top and most luxury destination. A lot of seeds have already been planted. The momentum has already been created, and it is becoming bigger and bigger. The further we go, the speed of progress would become higher and higher exponentially.
Totally. And this fits very well with my next question, how the Golden Visa program actually connects with all this investment, development, and growth, specifically for this kind of audience who want to invest here, and they can take the advantage of the Golden Visa. And if this is something you also, something applies to your developments as such.
I believe Greece, Athens, and specifically Athens Riviera has a lot of positive incentives for foreigners to make investments, apart from Golden Visa. But needless to hide that Golden Visa has a positive impact on absorbing foreign direct investment in the real estate section. The recent changes that government made, although many of them were very smart, in order to, because we had many deserted old buildings in the industrial and commercial section that they were not used. Now they are being refurbished and putting back into the market as houses. This was a smart move. But I think smarter moves and better and more friendly regulations and annexes to the law can be made by the government in order to maximize the absorbment of foreign direct investment in the real estate and property section.
Totally. We totally agree. We are here the past maybe 10 minutes, and we haven't actually talked about the company, iLand, and your projects, and we would really like to find out more about maybe specifically two that you might highlight, or more about the projects as such.
Sure. In iLand, our target has always been to be outstanding at what we do, to focus on the quality, but in the meantime to create a movement to pay special attention to the aesthetics and artistic values in the buildings. We even put the names of famous artists on our buildings in order to blow the soul of these artists into the building and to utilize the characteristics and elements of their works into our buildings, to create spaces for families, for people to enjoy living in. I'm very happy, despite what I said before about some decades of construction in Greece. I'm very happy to see that during the recent decades, and especially recent years, a lot of wonderful architects, architectural studios, and development companies are creating pieces of art in Athenian Riviera. The buildings are becoming better and better in terms of quality. The architecture of the building is becoming better and better. creating wonderful landscapes and designs in the buildings. And we are happy and proud to be part of this general movement and to invite others to join this movement together with us to create a more beautiful neighborhood and city in the area. If you look at our projects, whether it's Goya, Lorca, Neruda, Frida, Rumi, Dali, all of them are inviting some care and attention to the artistic details and aesthetics. This is what I'm proud to declare, and this is what I'm happy to see that a lot of other real estate developers are doing the same thing together with us, even before us, some of them better than us. And this would make our city more beautiful and more attention-seeking every day.
You know, I have been working with real estate and developments and projects a long time now, and to be honest, that not all developers care about their design, the architect, the right team behind. They mainly focus on selling out fast, which is very good, and obviously that's the business all about. So it's very much appreciated when you understand that when you're creating a building, actually the architecture is giving back to the city. And I will highlight for the rest of us our city that you have noted for Athens, and I think it's very important. I understand you also inspire this quality effect in the actual development and the finishes and how you create the actual projects.
Absolutely. We have a wonderful area here in Athens Riviera. We have a lot of wonderful natural aspects, the sea, the sky, the sun, the nature. We have to utilize this and empower it, and as I stated before, we have to create a legacy for our era. We have to make a period of time, an era, that would be remembered for in future. So that whenever somebody 50 years from now, 100 years from now, looks back at us, would look back with glory and pride. Exactly the way that when we are looking back at thousands of years ago at Parthenon and all these wonderful Greek monuments, we are filled with joy and glory.
Something we all need to appreciate that we are having in our daily lives. Thank you so much for the insights, Mr. Ali. Thank you so much for the discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.